Reimi and I are still celebrating our month anniversaries, and today was number 8. We're actually living in different cities right now, so today we had a video call and we made cheesecake together. We haven't eaten it yet because we just finished and it's going to take like a few hours to cool down. But we will have it for dessert. I haven't made cheesecake in like 2 years, and she wanted to do a recipe that she found, and the only problem was it was in Japanese, so I had to translate it. That being said, I think it's going to be delicious. Those are basically the only plans I have for today. It's supposed to be a work day, but we're working from home, so not really doing anything, just like I said yesterday. Yesterday actually was Showa Day in Japan, so it was technically a holiday. I used it to get a bunch of shopping done, and that was the first time I had really gone out in a week and a half. And I really wish that other people in this town were being as cautious as I am and as the rest of the ALTs are, because I mentioned this yesterday, but if you look around outside, you wouldn't really think that we're in the middle of a pandemic, because outside there are a bunch of people walking around, there's kids playing, people shopping, a bunch of people without masks, and that's one of the things that was really alarming to me at first when we went back to school. And to clarify a little bit about that, my school started back at the beginning of the Japanese school year in April, at the beginning of April, and we didn't know whether or not that was going to happen, but it did, and so me and a few of the ALTs, well actually many ALTs probably sat kind of frustrated for a couple of weeks wondering when they were going to end school. Actually, believe it or not, their contingency plan that they handed out a few days into the year went something like this. If a case popped up within their school, that they would close the school for 3 days. And then they would talk about how to continue. And we all thought that was ridiculous. But then the next Friday, a few cases, was it the next Friday? It was sometime after that a few cases started showing up in Shimane, in my prefecture. So the schools finally decided to start closing down. Basically the decision was made on a Friday, and the next Monday we had a half day, and then that was it. We were, when I say we, I mean me and the rest of the ALTs, we were hoping that the Board of Education would just go ahead and say, alright, you can stay home since it's, a pandemic. But we essentially had to beg them to let us work from home. And apparently, there are a few people at the Board of Education who are unhappy with that decision. And I don't really care. So school technically starts back next week on Tuesday. That would be May 5th or 6th. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm actually not sure about any of the cases in Shimane and how they've progressed. Oftentimes that isn't actually in the news. And another huge problem that I'll probably talk about later is that Japan isn't being great about testing people. You might have seen stories in some of the Japanese newspapers or Japanese English newspapers about people being turned away from multiple hospitals and all this other stuff before they can even get a test, and oftentimes they don't. With Japan, it's like you have to be on the brink of death to be tested, and so the numbers are likely far higher than that are being reported. Anyway, I'd hate to end on such a grim note, so I'll probably just throw in some footage of me eating a cheesecake, and that'll be it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Like リビングルーム